Hey folks, Zach from White Rock Volkswagen here. Today I'm going to be showing you the 2019 Highline R-Line Volkswagen Tiguan. It's the most current iteration of the small SUV that Volkswagen makes. Let's take a look. One of the first things that everybody notices on the Highline R-Line edition of the Tiguan is the front fender. The first thing you'll notice is the LED daytime running lamps as well as LED headlights. And in the R-Line specifically, you do have a much more aggressive bottom half of your front bumper. One really nice upgrade for this generation of the Tiguan is the significant amount of trunk space. It was a big gripe with the previous Tiguan, essentially being a hopped up Golf. This, you can now fit more than enough in the back. The other nice thing is it does come in a 5-seater or a 7-seater option, and you can fold down the seats all the way to flat. Now obviously my arms aren't long enough to do that from here. When you press the right-hand button and you have the key in your pocket, you can walk away and it'll close. One thing you'll notice about the Tiguan is that it comes standard with roof rails at every trim level. And with the purchase of cross beams, you can actually add a plethora of accessories up to the top. You can put up skis, you can put up a bike, or even just a roof box. Due to Volkswagen's new MQB platform, there is a fair bit more space in it this year compared to the previous generation. It is appreciated by guys like me who are 6'3" and do end up having to sit in the back seat occasionally. It does also mean that there's more legroom, and it gives you the option of an adjustable rear row. This does make sense for if you have people in the third row if you've purchased the 7-seater option. Another standout feature for the Tiguan is the Panoramic Sunroof. It definitely does open up the feel, particularly when you're sitting in the back row. Another addition for the top trim level of this generation of Tiguan is the addition of Volkswagen's Digital Cockpit. It does allow you to have maps in the middle of the screen for you instead of in your center console, and it also means that you can customize what you see. You can have a classic look, you can indicate your gear and speed, as well as many other options. With Volkswagen's new Discover Media infotainment system, it gives a much more clean look than previous generations of Tiguan. It does give you access to things like radio, Bluetooth, regular media, as well as phone and voice commands, navigation, app connect, and all of the info that you could ever want about the car itself. Moving down the console, you can see that you do have your climate control system, as well as 2 USB inputs, a 12-volt outlet, and a media input as well. Down by the gear shift, you do have your parking brake, your engine start-stop button, as well as the control for your automatic engine stop-start. You do also have controls for your area view 360 camera, and your engine and drive modes. Within that, if you press the button in, you do have control for Eco, Normal, Sport, and Custom. And if you twist the outside ring, you have Snow, Off-Road, and Off-Road Custom as well. One really nice upgrade to this most recent iteration is that it only needs 87 octane to run properly. It means it'll save you a fair bit of money in terms of your gas. Another nice thing is it does still have 184 horsepower, which means you have plenty of power to get up to speed on the highway, as well as plenty of power for around town. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission and comes in 4-motion all-wheel drive, or you can get a front-wheel drive option at the entry trim level. So one common joke with the previous generation of Tiguan was that it was essentially just a Golf that was hopped up on stilts. As you can tell with this new generation, it is definitely no longer the case. With the new MQB platform that VW has put out, it's meant that there is a ton more room in this generation, and they've definitely paired this body with an exceptional engine and a great transmission. There's great acceleration capabilities, and you definitely don't lose fuel economy. It's actually more fuel efficient than the previous generation was, and you can use regular fuel rather than premium. Another nice thing about this new architecture is the fact that it does take corners exceptionally well. I don't know if you've seen the other videos that we've already done, but the Golf R, the Atlas, and the Jetta are all built on this same MQB architecture. It does mean that its cornering capabilities are still exceptional. It doesn't feel like a big SUV. It feels more like a wagon. Maybe you sit up a little bit higher, but that's the only thing that you really notice. Overall, this new Tiguan is definitely a step forward in the right direction for VW in this space, particularly with sedans and large cars going by the wayside. They are no longer a big seller, and VW needed to step up in the small SUV game, and they've definitely done it. Well done, guys. So if you're looking at the Tiguan, you're very likely someone who actually enjoys driving. And in the small SUV market, the Tiguan definitely stands out as the driver's car. I would highly recommend that you come down, take it for a spin. It's gonna stand out to you. Come on down to White Rock Volkswagen. My name's Zach. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.